Hey guys, it's Mary and I am back again with another plan with me for you guys for the month of July. So if you guys haven't seen already, this month's theme is based around dream catchers and feathers and all of that fun stuff. And before I get right into it, I'm going to be mentioning all of the supplies that I am using in this month's plan with me in the description box like I do for the rest of my plan with me's. And yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it. So I am using the Sakura Pigma Micron pen in the 05 version. This pen will be used throughout the rest of my spreads outlining. Just to put it into perspective, if you guys are going to be planning alongside me, there you go. And I looked at a whole bunch of pictures from Pinterest and from Instagram, and I kind of compiled and done a whole bunch of looking and searching, and I just saw one that kind of, or not one in particular, I kind of just like meshed together a whole bunch of designs to create this. But if it is similar to any other designs, be sure to leave a link to those down the bottom, so then in case mine does look similar, I don't want to get any one in trouble or myself in trouble included, so I'll just leave links to that and give whoever credit even if it looks similar enough to mine, even though I didn't look at a whole bunch of them and compiled together. But right now I'm using the Crayola Super Tip markers to color in the title page, and I'm using the Pentel Ain black eraser in order for me to erase all the pencil marks, and then going in with the Crayola Super Tips and the Sakura Pigma Micron pen in order to give it more detail wherever it is needed. But yeah, I can't believe it's already July, it's gonna be July, and I'm already in the middle of summer school right now. By the time that this video is coming up, actually just the start, because yeah, yay summer, not really. But anyway, and the reason I say that is because my summer classes start at 7:30 a.m. and they run until like 4 p.m. Monday through Thursday, so it'll be a long month and a half. But anyway, enough about me blabbering. I'm gonna get back into bullet journaling and commenting on my process. So right now I am outlining my monthly spread with the dimensions, in case you guys are recreating this look, is a 7x7 box. And this is in reference to the Leuchtturm 1917 bullet journal, which is a very popular bullet journal. And then the top for the days of the week, I have it as a 1 long by 7 wide month for the days of the week. So there's that, and I'm using my phone to help me in writing in the days of the month, because I do not want to screw up a whole bunch this time like I did in my previous plan with me for June. And then I'm going back in with the Crayola Super Tip markers again and just giving it that little pop of color in order to make it more vibrant, more lively. And yeah, I decided to go with the themes that I colored with the feathers in the title page, and again using my eraser to erase all of those eraser marks to make it look more pristine, and then coloring in the feathers that I have decorated on the side of the monthly spread, because I decided that if there's enough room, why not incorporate the theme into it. And because I don't want to do the whole entire dream catcher, because you only get partial of it, I decided to go with the feathers. And then continuing with the feather dream catcher theme, spreads over to the weekly spread, and I'm using my Muji stainless steel ruler in order for me to put the division between the two columns and drawing feathers along that divider. And for reference again, the dimensions for this, I didn't really count the dimensions for this one. So if I had to take a stab at approximately how much are in each one, normally the pages are 17 boxes wide, so about 8 per day, maybe 7 per day if you want to exclude the box for the day of the week. And yeah, there's that. I realized that should be more prominent, the dimensions, the statement of the dimensions, because it'll be a little bit easier for them to follow in case they do want to recreate or have a similar design. So yeah, there's that. And then right now also erasing all of the pencil marks that I have made when I did draft for July, and erasing and clearing out my my workspace so it wouldn't look like a mess. And then again, I'm going in with my Crayola Super Tip markers and coloring in all of the feathers. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of coloring and just using my micron pen. I was trying to think of the name. It's actually pretty hot here in California. It's been heating up quite a bit in Northern California, so yeah, I'm like sweating, and while I'm sweating, and recording this, I am also like apparently brain dead-ish, because the words are very hard to formulate from my brain. Anyway, continuing on, I have the feathers, the rest of the feathers colored, and then I'm going in with my mild liner, not my sister's mild liner, in the gray scale, or in the gray color, in order for me to write the dates on the spaces that I will be writing the task, because I kind of want to do the weekly spreads where I see the gigantic day and then write over it, if that makes sense. And then I'm going in with my habit tracker and basically incorporating the theme of the feathers with the habit tracker. And then for the brain dump, I decided a more unique look for that as opposed to the habit tracker, because as cliche as it sounds, I want to encapsulate all of the unique dream catchers, because every single one looks slightly different. So yeah, I thought I would kind of envision that all over my spreads. So there we go. But yeah, you guys can't see the habit tracker, completed habit tracker, and you guys don't see me pencil in the habit tracker. That is because I forgot, like a dweeb. So, you guys will see the completed part of the habit tracker at the end of the Plan With Me. And then again, I'm using my Crayola Super Tip markers. These guys are my BFFs when it comes to bullet journaling, because they're super cheap and they get the job done and they look hecka nice. So there is that. But yeah, with the habit tracker, I will show you guys in the end. The brain dump, I feel like the brain dump is self-explanatory, but in case some people, it's okay if they don't know, but essentially it's just a place where you can dump your ideas, your thoughts, stuff like that in there. And then here, I actually messed up because I decided instead of a horizontal mood tracker, I wanted to have a vertical mood tracker. Again, going in with my Muji stainless steel ruler and my Micron pen in the 05 version and making those vertical lines. And then I have the feathers drawn freeform because I did not have enough time to just draft it. So I'm just like, okay, I kind of envisioned what I wanted. I wanted the horizontal lines for the feathers, or not horizontal, the vertical lines for the feathers, and then doing each feather for the day, and so on and so forth. And then I would draw how many feathers I would need for that month in order for me to keep track of the mood for each day, if that makes relative sense. But yeah. And then once I've done that, I will move on to my expenses tracker. Yeah, I decided to go with an expense tracker. This is probably like the second time, but I'll mention it later because I'm on the habit tracker right now, so I'll just leave that be until I'm done finishing up. I'm just counting how many feathers are there to make sure I had enough for the month. And then now moving on to the expenses tracker, I decided to go off of Amanda Rach Lee's habit tracker, the expense tracker. So she puts it in several categories, and yeah, I can explain more later because I remember I did a voice recording yesterday, and I saw that I was like pointing to the different categories, so I'll explain more of the expenses tracker later in the video. Oh, and if you guys see some of the cutoffs and some of the stuff that I'm doing, it's because that while I was filming, it died kind of halfway, so you guys can see like somewhere in the middle of me trying to draft or to outline, it'll end up cutting and then moving forward to the next clip. And I apologize in advance, but you can't help it, and if it's good enough footage, I'm going to use it. So here is my doodle / quote page in quotation marks. It's not really a quote page, it's more of a doodle page, but I call it a quote doodle page. So I found this beautiful masterpiece on Pinterest, and I kind of recreated that and kind of put a little bit of accents here and there of color, which you guys will see later. But I thought this design was so amazing, and I will definitely leave a link to the Pinterest picture that I saw to recreate this down in the description box below, to make sure I give credit to everyone who I got ideas from, because that is very important. Do not want to get flagged for that. But yeah, so as I keep recreating the masterpiece, I actually outlined it with my Staedtler compass. If you guys don't know what Staedtler is, it's basically, I believe it's a German company who specializes in different types of supplies. It's really great. They have really great compasses. They have great, I believe they had erasers. They have really awesome pens. But yeah, and then yeah, I wrote the dream big quote. It's more of a phrase, but whatever. And then moving on to my generic sleep log, I decided, because I have to get up at around probably 6 by now, and try to get myself to get in the morning routine of that, I decided that I need to have a sleep log in order to keep track of my sleep and make sure that I get enough sleep in order to stay well rested and stay sane, more importantly, throughout the summer, because this is going to be a very long 1.5 month period where I'm going to be waking up at 6 a.m. and I am not going to be a very happy camper. And then if you guys can't already tell, I'm using my right hand to erase, because I was munching on a nectarine on the other because I got really hungry and it was really, really hot yesterday. So there's that. And yeah, I don't know what else I could mention here, besides that I have my Dream Big spread and then my sleep log, I'm probably going in and adding more detail to finish the look of it, just like the picture. I will leave a little blurb of, not blurb, a little splash of the picture. Splash? I don't even know what I'm saying. Anyway, I am just adding more detail to the Dreamcatcher itself and making it more colorful with, you guys will see the Sharpie metallic permanent marker. I had to slow down and make sure I caught all of that before I screwed myself up. But yeah, I'm using the metallic pens, and I use my Pentel pink eraser in the mini version because I didn't know where my AIM black eraser was at the time, so I just used that. So yeah, it's always good to have a backup eraser in your pencil pouch, just in case you forget or misplace or lose your eraser on you. Yeah. And then just erasing more of the eraser marks. And then I'm going to be going in with my mild liner in mustard. And that is it for the month of July to plan. Yeah, so you guys will see the finished product. This is the final and complete monthly spread. Here is the weekly spread, and I'll show you guys the rest of the weekly spreads because I did end up finishing all of them. I just showed you guys one spread of the weeklies. But yeah, I have the dates in the mild liner, I have the feathers colored in the super tips, I use the micron pens to outline the dividers, and then I have the habit tracker, the completed habit tracker. This habit tracker was really inspired by My Life in a Bullet, which I will leave a link to her video where I got it from, and also her channel down below because she is amazing. And right next to it is the completed brain dump. There's really not much there I can really write because essentially that spread is for you to dump whatever you need in there. It can be used to write vacation days, days you're flying, packing trips, stuff like that. And then here I have the mood tracker, and here I grayed out those feathers because I ended up drawing more of the feathers than I needed to, and then each of the feathers indicates the day, or each day of the month, like I had mentioned previously. And yeah, here's the expenses tracker with the entertainment, food, stationery, miscellaneous. So again, this was from Amanda Rachel Lee, and you would write how much you spend in each category for that week. So I will be collecting and compiling all of the receipts and calculating all of the stuff that I spent for each week in the various categories that they belong to. And then afterward, at the end of the month, I will total up each month and then put a grand total at the bottom somewhere. So hopefully this will get me on track, but I wanted to keep track of that just so I can get into the groove of things. And then here I have the completed Dream Big doodle spread. I'm not going to call it a quote page anymore now because it's more of a doodle. And then over to the right, I have the sleep log that I mentioned earlier because I need to go and track how much sleep I'm getting because I'm going to have to be waking up really, really early in the morning to get to class, to my 7:30 a.m. class. Yippee. But yeah, the only thing that I would say about the sleep log that I didn't put on here, but I will add it later, is that I would normally put a what's it called? My brain is melting, and not because of the temperature. Oh yeah, I would have the dashed line down the corner, or down at the time where I need to actually go to bed. So that would be my target sleep goal, or like in bed goal time. And then I would have another dashed line for my wake up goal time, in order for me to have somewhat of a consistent sleep schedule, so I don't wreck my brain and my mood, because I have a feeling that the amount of sleep that you get will affect your mood. But yeah, that is it for my July plan with me. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to hit that bell for notifications for future videos on this channel, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!